Hi, my name is Tammy Dubois, and I'd like to take you down a path from change management to change leadership. I will include some of the historic models as well as the current models. I hope you enjoy. In 1948, resistance to change was introduced by Lester Koch and John French Jr. Their research showed that senior management were often the most resistant to change. They recommended an approach to change that highlighted the need for management to communicate the need for change. During the 1950s, Kurt Lewin and Edgar Schein introduced their three-stage model, defining change management as involving these three phases. 1. Unfreeze your company. 2. Move your company to the desired position. And 3. To refreeze the company with a newly designed approach. Everett Rogers presented the adoption process in the 1960s and 70s. In his model, he focused on 5 steps: awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, and adoption. The basic model is still used today by many leaders. As the 1980s approached, Warren Burke and George Clinton began looking to change the organization. They brought focus onto the company mission, external environment, and systems. Fred Davis took their approach even further with the technology adoption model, also called TAM, T-A-M. These models are still often used today in the information technology industry. The model states the change needs to be simple and easy, and the technology change needs to be useful to the end user. In 1996, John Kotter wrote and published a book named Change Leadership, which reviewed how organizations handle change and presented his 8-step model of dealing with transformational change. These 8 steps included creating a sense of urgency, forming a powerful guiding coalition, creating a vision, communicating the vision, empowering others, planning and creating short-term plans, building upon change, and anchoring the change. In 2002, Kotter, along with Dan Cohen, wrote another book named The Heart of Change. The information shared in these books gave leaders a new perspective for organizational change that has been. Change leadership is a skill to stimulate and inspire passion in others using vision and drive. It's the ability to see the changes coming and lead the organization through the changes, whereas change management is the ability to manage the change as it occurs so to reduce the negative effects it may have on the industry. To me, change leadership is proactive, while change management is reactive. As you look at Kotter's model, you will notice that there are 3 major points that cover the 8 steps. 30 years of research by leadership guru Dr. John Kotter have proven that 70% of all major change efforts in organizations fail. Why do they fail? Because organizations often do not take the holistic approach required to see change through. However, by following the 8-step process outlined by Dr. Kotter, organizations can avoid failure and become adept in change. By improving their abilities to change, organizations can increase their chance of success both today and in the future. Without this ability to adapt continuously, organizations cannot thrive. Dr. Kotter has proven over his years of research that the following 8-step process for leading change will help organizations succeed in an ever-changing world. The first point is to create a climate for change. This point covers creating a sense of urgency, forming a powerful guiding team, and creating a vision. To combat the effects of critical budget cuts, a reduction in customer base, or another cause of a business concern, a sense of urgency has to be instilled in the company as a whole. A leader must form a team that can inspire others to accept and support the inevitable changes needed for the company to continue to thrive. A vision must be created to align business strategies with needed change. Urgency, what can you do? Start an open and honest line of communication where you can identify the possible threats. You will need to request support from all levels of employees and stakeholders. Talk about various scenarios that show what could happen if change does not occur. Guiding team, what can you do? Find the true leaders in your company. Inspire those leaders to make an emotional connection to the change process. Work with your new change team. Make sure that you have a combination of people from different departments and levels. Work on team building with your change coalition. Vision. What can you do? Decide and focus on the values that are needed for change to be successful. Summarize the future you see for the company. Create a vision strategy, then execute it. The second point is focused on engaging and enabling the organization as a whole. This covers communicating the vision, empowering others, and planning and creating short-term wins. Communication is the key to success. Others in the organization will not follow what they do not understand. The communication must be truthful, clear, and concise. Empowering others can be as simple as removing the obstacles that reduce the amount of positive interaction that the employees can have to support the change vision. The workers must be able to engage in the change action to help the company be successful. Short-term wins give positive feedback to the staff and supports the validity of the vision. The last point, implementing and sustaining change, encompasses the last two steps of Kotter's model. Do not let up and make it stick. None of the previous points or steps will matter if you do not retain the changes and follow through on the vision. The company must continue to build on the changes and positively reinforce the new cultures and values established by the transformational change. As the years pass, our organizations still continue to face change in different manners. We know that change is happening more rapidly than ever before, mainly due to globalization and technology. How will our industries keep up with this rapid pace of change? One article in Forbes states that the new direction for corporations should be to design organizations to enable them to be adaptable continuously to keep up with our evolving environment. Why is the change failure rate so high? For one, change models traditionally show senior management as the creator of the change needed without regard to valuable insight from employees. Number two, employees are not empowered to contribute to the plan for change. Number three, the previous models have the change process set in stone and do not allow feedback from staff. Number four, traditional models of change management have a set begin and end date for the change to be effective. This does not allow for variables in the process that should be constantly addressed. Number five, to obtain employee engagement, the older models encourage using the carrot and sticks. This approach has been proven to be ineffective. In summary, the belief is that organizations must get prepared for change not the employees. As Tams points out in this slide, the traditional change management is outdated. Change leadership involves the human side of change. It's about the phases and emotions that employees must handle with constant change. In change leadership, you will have to control the three levels of change: self, others, and organization. When analyzing the change for self, you must ask yourself, how will you deal with the change? And what are the challenges you will have with the change? You will have to determine your role leadership and the effects the change will have on others. Another level of change is how will you inspire and engage other employees, taking in consideration their feelings and the level of an engagement they will provide. The last level pertains to the organization. You will need to determine if the change is right for the organization while ensuring your leadership style and capabilities will align with the change vision. As a change leader, you will go through 4 phases that include discovery, decision, do, and discern. Discovery is the phase where you find answers to who is the change leader, the level of urgency needed for the change, and who will be affected by the change. Decide the vision, the core members of the guiding team, and how the change needs to be organized. The phase level do includes communication, adaptation, and commitment. The last of the phases is called discern. During this phase, a review is completed on what's working and what is not working. Studying this information allows the change leader to update the steps to complete the changes needed, ensuring the momentum continues and the focus is not lost. To be an effective change leader, you must comprehend the change process, allowing you a better understanding of the task that needs to be completed to conclude the change. Leading a change requires the inclusion of employees' innovative ideas, engaging the employees with the change process, maintaining their support and loyalty to the change, and training the employees to build on the completed changes. Industries are currently experiencing changes at a faster pace than in the past. Advanced technology and globalization have exposed us to an environment that's in a pattern of constant change. Learning how to use the studies and knowledge created from the past and to perfect it for our future is crucial for our businesses to not only survive, but to thrive. We are constantly learning about how to create a structure or a process for a change to help our employees embrace the change versus fear the changes. We as leaders must learn how to create adaptable processes in preparation for the evolution of constant change. In my workplace, we have teams that focus on change leadership. Day to day, we deal with children who are in danger, families who are in need of assistance, high employee turnover rates, federal and state rule changes, as well as the need for additional funding to support our programs. The only constant in our industry is change. For years, the upper management was in a holding pattern using change management. Change management meant that we were constantly struggling to keep up with rapid changes. Every day we were reacting to changes. Now our senior management team supports and embraces change leadership. The junior management team is empowered to work with their teams to create a plan for the change prior to it occurring. As the legislature creates and approves new bills, we are already formulating a plan to handle the new requirements. Change leaders
Who are they? Change leaders are not always on a management team. Employees who have charisma and leadership skills are often more effective during rapid changes. These employees are able to gain the buy-in of other employees who would otherwise oppose the new process of change. To be an effective change leader, you must be a natural leader with people skills, have excellent communication skills, a good listener, innovative, plus be able to mediate with all levels of employees. It is possible to lead changes without all of these skills, but it's not possible to lead people through the changes without them.